driving business.
Welcome back. This is Women in Business. We're still having a very interesting conversation with Helen, who is founder of Herbs Organic Limited, with her friend Brenda. Helen and Brenda. You know, it is very interesting. When we have these conversations, we never get to know the nitty-gritties. You never get to know the nitty-gritties until they tell you. So we were discussing, and she was telling us that even the products that she went out and put into the supermarket, some of them weren't even sold, right? Some of them were not sold. Some of them were hidden because the owners were worried about the UNBS, yes? Others preferred, you know, had challenges with payment because these were family members. It was a rocky start, Helen. Weren't you discouraged at any one time? It was difficult.
Okay. At the point when I would give up, actually when I felt like this thing is not working, that is when I received mentorship.
Oh.
That is when I got my first incubation program. Yes, that was from the university. So, okay, that helped me get the Q mark for the people, for the supermarkets that were not accepting the product. That also helped me tell these other people, the family members, you know what, we are paying taxes.
Yes.
If you're not paying us, then we are not supplying you. Yes, so
It helped.
it did.
Women in Business is keen on mentorship. That's why in almost every conversation that we have, we highlight mentorship, we highlight, legitimacy, we highlight all these different linkages. So Helen, I know you have undergone quite a number, and you're still doing so even right now as we talk, right? Yes. From the time that you started in your little hostel room, right, to the time that the very first opportunity came for mentorship, has there been a big difference? Has it been a big, difference? Have they actually helped you in most cases? How has it been?
There was a big difference, big one.
Yes.
Because starting, since I'm from a science background, mixing, doing what, we didn't know the business part of it.
The business side.
Yes. Yeah. We didn't know the financial, how do we handle money?
Yes.
How do we do bookkeeping?
And most people think that the moment you're passionate about something and it works out, everything will fall into place. And yet, that's not real, eh? It is not.
Now, given the fact that we started 2 people and we were doing the same course. So we would go out, do marketing, come back, do bookkeeping, like everything. So my first mentorship program, this was from Bytrack, they made me realize that actually I need a team. I need people that know these fields. If it is marketing, I need someone to do that. If it is finances, I need someone who has experience. Yes. If it is mixing, production, I also need someone, and I don't need to do it alone. I need a team. You see, I would go, maybe my colleague is not around, go buy ingredients, go get stickers, cut them, do weighing, do production, do packaging.
Everything.
At the end of the day, I realize I have assignments. I'm in school.
Yes.
So I realize I have to do given assignments. I have to do presentation. So the journey was tough.
Were the academics beginning to get affected in one way or another?
Actually, I remember I reached some extent where I almost gave up on academics.
Are you sure? Oh my goodness. It got to that point.
Okay, this was the time I had mentorship and I was determined to make this thing work. Oh, now that I've got help, this thing cannot fail.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. That's a new one, you know. That's a new one. The very first thing that we think about is, you know, when you're starting your own business, you can pace it out. Yes, you can do at your own pace, whether you want 5, if it's time for exams, you can actually hold the business and continue after the exams. But from your angle, Helen, you are bringing out the fact that, you know what, you started something. There are people that are looking up to you that you can't let down. And then in addition to that, you're getting mentorship right now. They're teaching you stuff and you can't let it go. So these are different things that are coming up, and the onus is on you to actually deliver.
Now going back to academics. Yeah. One time someone told me that you people are rising, but we are waiting for the day you will fall and we shall laugh.
Fall in what sense?
Like, we've gone up, we are going up now, they are waiting for us to come back down.
Oh, because you failed to balance the academics and
yes.
business.
So that is when I realized, you know what, I can't leave the academics.
Yes, yes.
Yes, the academics have to. Okay, first of all, it is the main reason as to why I'm at school. Yeah. So it has to work.
It has to work.
So I had to also go back and make sure the academics are on point, like they are working. Yes. So that was hard because this mentorship program, they kept calling me for programs. Come for training, it is 1 week. Come for this, it is this period, and I had lectures.
So how did you balance? How did you manage to balance?
Now, actually, I gave more priority to the business.
Yes, yes. But I know you're Helen is graduating soon. You're graduating. And were you able to get to a point where you would, 50-50? Were you able to? And not miss any exams?
Now, when it would come to time for exams, I would concentrate on academics. Now business would hold. Yes. So that those people that have products in cosmetic shops, in what can sell them. Or maybe the marketing people that are not in school can do the work. But it happened that most of the people, most of the team were students. So when it comes to this time, everyone would be like, Helen, don't disturb me, please. Yes. And of course I would also, it was not good to disturb them. Yeah. So during exams, like 1 week to exams,
you would basically forget the other side. Yes. This is the great thing about having a team that is there solely for the business, I think. Because at the end of the day, if you have friends, literally, that are within the very same field that you are, for example, you are in academics, and now it gets to a point like that, then it gets to a point where there is no one. Yes? And the business is literally ghosted. But after that, I think everything went back to normal. It would pick up. It wasn't very affected. Yes. Now, how do they keep calling you up to the different, business incubators and the accelerators? How?
Now, after getting Farm Bio Track, that was in Bara University, these people kept linking me to incubation programs. So whenever there would be a call, there is an opportunity, they would let the people under their mentorship know there is this and this. Yeah. Now, when they would let us know, I think some of the mentees would not pick it up. But as for me, every opportunity that would come,
you would go.
I would grab it.
And you would learn.
Yes.
You learned quite a lot.
Okay, I kept picking every single opportunity I would get. Yeah. One way I don't go through, I keep going.
We also know that we have had a couple of guests mention two particular areas of mentorship that actually disturbed them quite a lot. One, mentorship is very selective. They're very selective, and they are very rigid in most cases. We have had guests come on this show, Women in Business, and some of the emerging themes that they've been talking about is sometimes the mentorship, yes, wants you to be, is very selective, that's one, but also it wants you to conform. You know, someone has a different idea about their business product. It wants you to conform to a particular way and a system of doing things. Did this happen to you during mentorship? How was the first mentorship helpful? And did they constrain you instead of letting you be free?
They didn't.
They
They didn't
didn't.
actually constrain me.
Yes.
I had a product.
Yeah.
So they helped me develop it.
Oh, yes.
I had a product already, but it was not perfect. So they helped me make a perfect prototype.
Yeah.
This was the first mentorship. So apart from having the product, they helped me put now this idea on paper.
Yeah.
Write it down, develop the proposal,
Yeah.
and come up with everything.
Yes.
Now they also helped me establish myself.
Yeah.
Now move from my hostel
Yes.
to
To
maybe
another
some
legitimate place. Yes.
Actually, this incubation program, they wanted people that had places.
That had already started.
Yes.
Now, this is different. And so when some people come up and say they are very selective, it's because you haven't started, right?
Yes.
You must have started.
They wanted people with a prototype, not with an idea.
Yeah.
They wanted a product that is on market. Now, by that time, I had already sent samples to the market. Actually, they also wanted someone that had a production space, which we didn't have. So I had to take them to the university laboratory, because they would not accept to go to my hostel.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what, this is where I've been trained, this is where I've been doing most of the tests, especially on quality control, since I don't do it in my room now. So they were like, okay, they considered it, this first mentorship program. They considered it and they took us up.
When they took you on, you basically polished your product. You learned how to write the proposals. In others, you learned how the essence of having a team, right? A team. And then what about the connections? Because I know you definitely need all the packaging and all these different things. Yes? Have you had any particular connection towards that, or you're still getting from one, whoever does? Because those ones that are small, small term, in most cases, they tend to add on a higher profit margin for themselves, which ends up breaking you. How has it worked out for you?
The incubation programs, okay, they didn't link me to that, maybe suppliers. Actually, I realized that I had to change suppliers after being visited by UNBS. Yes, so when UNBS came to visit me, they told me, you have to get a place that analyzes their raw materials before selling them to you. So they wanted certificates of analysis of the raw materials, which I didn't have. Actually, when I would receive my raw materials, I would test them to conform to my standards. Actually, the tests I would do would be these preliminary tests, pH, color, texture, yes. So that is when I went out to search for a known company, known by UNBS, that does analysis and can supply us with the raw materials.
So mentorship really exposes you, it expands your mind to all these different things that will make you excellent in business, right?
Yes.
And it has taken you, you continue growing because you are literally putting those systems in place, okay?
Yes.
What are those little nitty-gritties that you wish you would actually receive in mentorship? That you wish right now, as Hebs, you'd actually receive in mentorship?
In mentorship, I wish I'm attached to a personal mentor. Let me say someone that has been in my field, someone that is in this field and has made it. You see, the incubation programs have many people, different backgrounds, different categories, so they give you information that is general. I wish these programs attach, okay, let me say me. to someone in this field, a personal mentor, someone to see me grow, not mentoring us as a group.
Lump sum.
Yes, I think mentorship should be on an individual basis.
Tailor-made.
Yes.
For specifics.
Yes, because this person knows you. This person is growing with you.
You know why I'm laughing? It's because we had a guest recently, this amazing woman, yes, young woman just like you. And then she said, actually within her field, her disappointment was when she reached out for mentorship to a person in the like-minded field that she was in. The person was way ahead of her, you see? Because she's in the cleaning industry, in the cleaning business. So the other person was more focused on the hotels, whereas she was more focused starting up in the domestics, in the houses. So this person gave her content that was more suited for the hotels, but she still learned some, but she would have preferred something that is more or less suited for households. Now, whereas you're coming in, you would actually want to be in the other person's shoes who had within her industry. We are also wondering, are you aware of those particular issues, those particular aspects that you need mentorship in, and are you vocal about it? Or it is still on the receiving end? I'm receiving, I can't speak.
Actually, I realized I got a chance through DFCU, Rising Women in Business, to interact with some successful entrepreneurs. And I realized most of them are exposed, which we don't have.
Oh, because they are different journeys.
Not even different journeys. When they got the idea, they moved to see what people are doing. So they found out how people in this country are doing it, how these ones are doing it. So they are exposed. I'm thinking that since they have been in this field, they know when you're starting. How should you start? How should you go to the market that is different from how they go because they are big? They know as you're starting, you should pass this side, the path they don't take, but they can guide you. Anyway, entrepreneurship, you can, if they guide you a wrong path, you learn. I'm sure you learn something from it, and I'm sure it can be an opportunity for you.
As well. Have you reached out to any of those ones in your line of business? Those ones who are already cemented. Have you reached out personally to them?
No. Actually, I met the managing director of Hako Industries in Kenya, and DFC was trying to link her to her for mentorship. So, and I'm ready to pick it up. I'm ready for it actually, because I know she has made it, and I know, okay, I can be a vessel to turn around the cosmetic industry.
True.
Of Uganda, actually.
And the good thing about the cosmetic industry is that right now you're into one of the niches that is very well embraced. People right now want organic products, right? They are moving away from, I think when you were starting, or way back, not even just a year ago or 2 years back, it was more about, okay, this is coming from abroad, so it's good. But right now, organics is the way to go. And you have more and more outgrowers being linked to you people to supply you with those products as well. Yes? I think what needs to be in place, and we always ask you at the same time, is this right for you? What can be done to make it better? And these are things that are these are pertinent issues that are very, very important for women in business. Helen, what are some of those opportunities that are there for young women and older women, of course, that want to get into the cosmetic, that you have noticed, that are there and you're saying, I wish people knew?
Now, I used to use shea butter, which is expensive. It doesn't grow. It doesn't grow in every area. Actually, my first mentorship program, they taught me that I have to own my raw materials. I have to know where the raw materials are coming from. I have to be in charge for sustainability and also quality. So now, I sat down with my colleague, and the shea butter was expensive. We cannot plant it. We want 30 years from now to be somewhere. in the market, owning our raw materials. What if those trees 30 years from now don't exist and we did not plant them? So when I sat down, I realized actually we would use mango butter.
Are you sure?
Yes. So I went out and did research.
First wait. I haven't really heard of mango butter. I have just seen it as a mango extract. Yes, added to the different cosmetics. Is there a mango butter?
Yes.
Really?
So when I did my research, I realized that what shea butter can do, mango butter can do with even more.
Really?
Yes. Because mangoes are everywhere.
It's in Uganda.
Yes. So the only thing I had to do is go out to the people making juice, to hotels, to restaurants. As long as someone is making juice, they keep the seeds for me. So the seeds are what I use to make the butter. So instead of the shea butter, I started making the mango butter, which I make myself, and I'm sure 20 years from now, mangoes are going to be there in the country.
No, they are right now there.
Yes.
Maybe talking about on a commercial level, you have others such as Bella Wine that have moved on with theirs. Yes, but also for their own industry of the wines. So if it is you coming in, I'm very sure you must also be thinking about those avenues of how can I put in place the sustainability for my products. This, is it a mysterious recipe that you can't talk about? This is amazing. Have you shared with it? Because I didn't know mango butter can be used per se.
Okay, I wanted something that I will be able to supply myself, to make something that is cheaper than shea butter, something that is available. And in this case, actually, I'm using the wastes, the mango seeds.
Yes. Not even the
not
juicy
the
part.
flesh, yes. I'm using the seeds
seed.
to make the butter. So the mango butter, first of all, it has no smell. So there is nothing like it's going to change the smell of the product. It has no smell. It is white. Now I got challenges with shea butter because
they had roasted
the original one would change color. So now this one does not change the color. Now, another thing about the mango butter is that I'm able to make it myself. So I can control the quality, everything.
Wow. Keep growing.
So, okay, I found it as an opportunity. Now shea butter has failed. There is another opportunity. I can use the mango seeds to make butter and I use it in the product.
Have you reached out to, because I know there are lots of different people that come up and quote unquote, and take ideas from others. Is there any way you have copyrighted this? Have you gone through all that process as well?
Now, after finding out that I could use mango butter, I went out to research, is there a machine that can make it? Yes, so there is some professor at the university. He linked me to Prof Bio Research. I don't know if you've heard about it. And actually they had a machine that can process butter. And I realized it can process mango butter, it can make it.
Was it under the university or, because the only machines that we know are under URI, personally. URI, I think, and that is for, because you were lucky, you already had all this linkage to the university as well. So you could as well go, and within that line. So most of those ones who are coming up, the entrepreneurs, I think have to rely on URI and maybe the other organizations as well. So I would think that you had a very good opportunity. So there is quite a little more opportunity for different fruits, such as the mango butter that you came up with.
There is.
And people should actually come up and really look for these
Actually,
things.
it is so good for the skin. Someone can come up and decide to make cream, Vaseline from mango butter.
Are you thinking of expanding along that line?
Of course.
within the next one, because I think that is a very good creation. It is. So you're planning to move?
Yes, I'm planning to move, though I want to first push these products that I have to the market before I expand to other products.
What about the capital? The capital to keep expanding. How has it been for you?
Now the capital, my first incubation program gave me some capital actually. That is what I used to rent a room, buy some few equipments and start. So they helped me go to UNBS. They helped me register the company with URSB. Yes. So now, along the way, I have been getting opportunities that have not been funding, but opportunities like to go to the market. I got a course, enhancing competitiveness. I hope you know about it. So for them, they helped me register my second product with UNBS. Then they have been a very good linkage to other entrepreneurs. They have linked me to exhibitions where I showcase my products. Yes, and it has been an opportunity. For example, I can link up with someone with a restaurant, making juice, so that they become my suppliers of mango seeds. So
they keep putting in the dots.
I can link up with bee farmers because I use beeswax. So the bee farmers now, after processing honey, squeezing out the honey, those honeycombs, we collect them and use them for making beeswax. So that is, we include wax in
and
our
literally the best, most of the best cosmetic products really have that base within it as well. I want you to take a moment and look within the camera. Talk to the viewers out there, those ones who are still thinking that every time you start it's going to be within 1 month you're going to be making profits. I want you to let them know that they shouldn't give up. I want you to let them know that they should be learning every time, because the more you learn, the better you get. Please take a moment and talk to them.
Okay, the first thing they have to do is to start. If you don't start, you won't get any opportunity. People don't want ideas. They want someone that has started, someone that has moved a step. So what I'm telling the viewers is to start. Whatever you're thinking about, just put it on paper, do research, and start working on it. And I want you to know, when you go to the market, actually the first month, I expect you to be expecting rejection, because there are very many products outside there that are like your products. First of all, how do you stand out? What is your value proposition? Like, what value are you adding to this customer that is better than what already exists? So you have to sit down and come up with all that, and then you start. And when you start, please don't stop. Don't give up. Keep moving. Whenever there's an opportunity, calls normally come in Uganda. They are looking for people that have ideas, have products. Please apply and start. Get mentors. Actually, I realized you cannot make it without a mentor. You need a mentor, either in your field, either not in your field. You may have ventured in something you didn't study, and you need someone that has done this thing. So you need to get someone that has to mentor you. Another thing is that you need a team. You cannot do everything alone. You cannot study everything. Although you studied it, you studied your field. So you need some other people in other fields to push the product. You need science people to do the compounding, the mixing. You need the marketing people. You need the finance team. You need the sales department, quality control. You need people around you.
You've had it. Expect rejection once you've started. Prepare yourself for rejection and get over it and continue moving. Helen, it has been such a delight having you. We wish you the best. You can only go forward with Herbs. Yes, you and your partner and your team, we wish you quite the best. We'll be watching you.
Thank you.
To all the viewers, thank you for coming in, for tuning in. You have listened. They have told you about how challenging it is to start. But they've also told you about how it is important to keep on keeping on. The great thing about mentorship, whenever you learn, Whenever you get into mentorship, you learn, you get exposed, you get the linkages to other resources, not only to resources per se, but you also get the linkages to other like-minded entrepreneurs as well. And even during this moment of growing, when you get to analyze and find out their gaps, please reach out to other seasoned entrepreneurs for help. Until next time, this has been Women in Business. Catch you later.
Smart 24, driving business.
Luxury redefined at Seasand Hotel as you indulge in the splendor of elegant living fit for the royalty that you are. Step into comfort, pampering and blissful customer-centric service as you select from our range of comfy, exquisite living quarters furnished to meet with your royal preference. Surrounded by scenic beauty, our tropical setting allows you to escape the glamorous ordeal of city life. Our ambient green gardens will guide you to a place of revitalizing rest. The 3-star restaurant caters to your palate, serving your choice menu ranging from exotic cuisines to local delicacies. Our chefs will serve you full-course meals for a truly out-of-this-world culinary experience. Our fully stocked bar to whet your throat, from renowned global brand whisks, brandies, gins, beers and wines to our locally celebrated beverages, you will not lack for any brewage. It's an all-new experience in the East at Seasand Hotel. So visit today at plot 15 to 19 Spire Road, Ginger, or contact us on +256 751 719 960 and +256 785 354 614 for reservations. Seasand Hotels, luxury redefined.